It's 12 o'clock on the nose. So we're going to get started. My name is Katie with Unfold Yoga and Wellness, and we are here today to do a 20-minute little mind refresh. So a couple new names here, welcome. The way that this works, we will guide you through a meditation today. We're going to do a sound awareness meditation. And I'll talk a little bit about it in a minute. But today's kind of a special day because today is the last day of our Unfold Digital June series. And we're actually going to be taking a little bit of a break during the month of July to kind of wrap our arms around these services for you guys. We've been getting a lot of great feedback. People have really been liking them. So we're definitely going to continue them, but we are going to upgrade our technology a little bit. So we're really excited about that. We're going to be picking up again in August, but July we're just going to take a little bit of a break and regroup. And I should also say that all of the videos that we have filmed thus far are all going to be available for you online still. So you can still go back and access those. We're going to be sending them out throughout the month as well to kind of keep you guys happy and fresh with your little 20-minute Unfold digital breaks. So please reach out to us with questions. We're going to be starting again in August. This has just been really a fun project. We didn't really know what to expect, so we're really pleased, and we're glad that you guys have been enjoying these practices. All right, so today we're going to work on, like I said, a sound awareness meditation. And we teach this type of meditation a lot to our corporate clients in offices, mainly because the reality of noise and sound and just distractions in the office, you know, it's just a reality. Noises happen in offices. We've got printers and, you know, fax machines and copiers, and people are talking and moving around and so on. So one of the ways that we can use that to our advantage is to kind of dispel the myth that you need to have perfect silence, that everything needs to be really quiet during your meditation practice. It really doesn't. You can use your surrounding sounds and the different experiences that different sounds bring to your advantage, just to really help you pay attention, practice mindfulness, and hone your ability to sustain your awareness, which is certainly one of the goals of meditation. So this is going to be kind of interesting today because everybody's hearing sort of different sounds in their offices. It really depends on where you are. Some people's offices are a little more quiet. Some people's offices are a little more noisy. They've got maybe an open concept sort of plan. So I'll speak to all of that throughout the meditation, but what I encourage you to do is to really kind of take the guidance through this meditation and really think about making it your own, and maybe try it sometime next week in a different space. So this is a wonderful thing to practice outside in nature. It's a wonderful thing to practice when you're, you know, like at the grocery store waiting in line to check out your groceries, or if you commute on the train, it's a really nice time to practice a sound awareness meditation as well. And it can be really calming and soothing despite noises and distractions. So one last thing before we get started is that something that we'll try to do during this meditation practice is to not necessarily judge any of the sounds that we hear. We're sort of trained to have some sound experiences be pleasant and some sound experiences be more unpleasant, and sort of anywhere along that spectrum. So what we'll practice doing is listening mindfully, and mindfulness means paying attention in the present moment without necessarily judging the experience. They're just sounds. The idea is when we can practice doing that with one of our senses, today we'll use our sense of hearing, we can start to get better at actually doing that with our thoughts. So it's a nice translation of the practice with something that's quite tangible because you're just listening. All right, so we're gonna get started. We'll start with just a little bit of gentle movement. So sit well in your chair, ground your feet onto the floor. Make sure that the feet are resting on the floor. Feel your sitting bones in the chair. And then just notice where your shoulders are in space. So you kind of round it forward, maybe draw the shoulders back a little bit so they're more in line with the hips. And then also notice where your ears are. So as your head kind of jutted forward like this, maybe move the jawline back a little bit. So the ears, the shoulders, and the hips are relatively aligned. Okay, now squeeze your shoulders up towards the ears. We kind of spend a lot of our days like this unconsciously. And take a big breath in, as big as you can. Hold it in at the top. And then let it go out of the mouth and relax the shoulders. Okay, we'll do that 2 more times. You can close your eyes if you want. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. And open up the eyes. Just let the arms hang. Let's do some big backwards shoulder rolls. But as you're doing these backwards shoulder rolls, try not to let the head jut forward too much. Keep the back of the head in line with the back of the tailbone, roughly. Two more. And then relax. And take those arms straight up in space. Interlace your fingers. Press the heels of the hands high. Let's go from side to side, our seated moon stretch. And then come back up to center. Lower your arms. Let's do a little twist. So twist to the right. Don't overthink it. Just maybe take the hand on top of the back of the chair. And take your gaze over your back shoulder. And breathe. And 1 more breath. Inhale back up to center. Go the other way. Same thing. Just gentle twist through the shoulders. Take your gaze over that back left shoulder and breathe. And breathe. Okay, come on back to center. Reach your arms up 1 more time. Take a big breath in. Interlace the hands behind your head and lift your chin. Look up, lean back a little bit. And take 3 big breaths here. Feel the whole front part of the rib cage expand. And support your head with your hands. 1 more breath. Inhale to center and release. All right, now take your right hand and just kind of place it right up against the base of your jawline here. And then bring your left ear to your left shoulder. And just kind of gently drag the fingertips down towards the collarbone. And as you're doing that, lift your chin up. And drop the chin back down and do that a couple more times. Just lift. Like a little self-massage for the neck. Okay, and do that 1 more time. Drop the chin down. Maybe pick a new place for the fingertips. Lift the chin back and up. Drag the fingertips down towards the collarbone. All right, inhale back to center. Oh, feels so good. Okay, second side, bring the fingertips kind of right under the jawline. Okay, move the chin down towards that opposite shoulder, and then start to lift the chin back and up. Drag those fingertips down gently towards the collarbone. Okay, come back to center, do that again. Maybe pick a slightly new place for the fingertips, gently drag. And 1 more. Lift the chin as you pull the fingertips down. Come back up to center. Okay, drop the chin down towards the chest. Do a couple of rolls from side to side. And bring the head back up to neutral. Let the shoulders rest and close your eyes. And we'll start today's meditation practice by simply finding some awareness of your body in space. Again, the feet are grounded, the hips are grounded in the chair, the shoulders and the ears are roughly aligned with the hips. And just notice any tension in the face. So relax the forehead, the space between the eyebrows. Relax your jaw and relax that hinge. Separate the top and the bottom rows of your teeth. Let the tongue relax in the mouth. Okay, now find your breath. Tap into that steady, rhythmic quality of your own breathing. You can breathe in and out of the nose or the mouth. Either is fine, whichever feels more comfortable for you. And as you start to settle into that rhythmic, steady breathing, begin to ever so slightly lengthen and deepen your breath. Imagine the breath moving into the belly, into the low back. Notice if any tension has crept in the face or in the shoulders. Let that go. Reconnect to your breathing again. Just keep this breath really steady and even, and begin to open up your field of attention to all of the different sounds that you might be experiencing right now. It'll be a little bit different for all of us. You might observe the sounds of people walking or footsteps. You might hear different elements of technology, maybe typing, the dings from email alerts, printers. Or maybe you're in more of a private place. You might observe sounds like the ventilation system or the buzz of the electricity. Continue to keep that smooth, steady breath and just observe. You might notice you're having different reactions or responses to different sounds that you hear. Try not to label them as good or bad, but just observe the sound for what it is. Just a sound. Now begin to focus your attention on sounds that are very close by. So see if you can sense the sound that is the closest to you, and spend a few moments paying attention to that. And other sounds might weave in and out, but do your best to focus your attention on the sound that is the closest to you, that is the most apparent, the most obvious. Keep the breath going. And now begin to shift your attention to a sound that feels a little bit further off, something more in the distance, something that's more subtle, maybe a little softer, a little more challenging to detect. And focus your attention there for a few moments. Now, instead of isolating your attention on one sound, do your best to listen to a few different sounds together, the way that you would listen to a song. So you might observe a few different layers. And can you allow them to just exist for a few moments together? Almost as if you're blurring the lines between the different sounds. You're allowing them to all come together. You might notice some are more rhythmic and consistent, different pitches, tones. You might be able to pick up on different vibrational qualities of the sounds. Some of the sounds might be a little more sporadic, spread out, inconsistent. Continue this for a few more breaths. Observe multiple sounds together, the way you would listen to a song. Allow yourself to get really curious. Observing, paying attention without judgment. Openness and a steadiness to your experience. And we'll start to shift your attention from external sounds to more internal sounds. So you might observe simply the sound of your own breath. Notice the pace, the quality. There's no right or wrong here. I'm just observing, listening. And then can you go even deeper than that and maybe sense the sound of your own heartbeat? And it might not be very audible, but it might just be a very gentle, rhythmic, vibrational quality in your chest or along some of the major pulse points within your body. The wrists, right underneath the upper arm. Practice listening to the sound of your own heartbeat. So start to slowly move your attention back outward. Center out, back into the space. Notice the sound of your breath. Reconnect to some of the sounds, the external sounds in the room. Start to bring a little movement into the fingers and into the toes. Keep your eyes closed for now. Start to deepen the breath even more. And then lower your chin down towards your chest. Take a moment and slowly open your eyes. Allow yourself to readjust to the light and gently bring yourself back into the space. And lift your gaze when you're ready. Now, once your eyes are open, reach your arms up. Take a big breath in, look up, and exhale out of the mouth. And do that one more time. Big breath in, big as you can. and let it go. Okay, so that concludes our sound awareness meditation. I hope you guys found that interesting. It doesn't need to be perfectly silent to meditate. It can, but it doesn't have to be. And I know I feel a lot calmer after this practice. I had somewhat of a stressful morning and some just some tension within some interpersonal relationships. And I was feeling kind of heated and overwhelmed and really frustrated. And I'm so happy to be here doing this practice with you guys because I really feel a lot calmer. I hope that you do too. And again, try taking this practice out with you into your life. So outside in nature, you can listen to the sounds of, you know, the weather and the birds and the animals, or even commuting, airports and train stations. It's a lovely place to practice this. I'll stick on for a minute. If anybody has any questions or comments, please feel free to type them in. And just to recap, if you joined us a little bit late, we are going to be taking a little break with Unfold Digital. So we're going to be taking July off, and we're going to be sort of upgrading some of our technology and getting a few systems in place. And we're going to start again in August. So come August, we're going to be ready to go. If you guys have any questions or feedback about the Unfold Digital program thus far, please, please, please let us know. We want to make this really work for you guys. And all of the videos that we've done so far are still going to be available on our website. So we're going to be sending an email to remind you guys about those as well. Okay, so take care of yourselves. Have an excellent holiday. Happy July 4th. You're welcome. And stay in touch and have an excellent, excellent day. Okay, namaste.